Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be making a video on Chivalry, Medieval Warfare. I've been playing with this game for a while now. It's a pretty interesting experience, I have to admit. It's definitely a pretty good game from what I've seen so far. I've been in it for maybe 4 hours total. Let's just go ahead and hop into, let's see, I went with team objectives. That's definitely my favorite kind. Wow. It seems like everything's either full or there's not anything going on. Alright, I'm going to pause briefly while I get a server, and then I'm going to continue the video. And we're back. Sorry for the brief pause there. But I finally found a server. So first off, I'm going to be showing off my favorite side of the game, which is indeed archery. I'm not the best. I don't claim to be. I hope to get better at this, but it did take me a while to find a match today. Normally that's not the case. It wasn't last night, at least. So I'm not really going to hold it against the game. I think that was more of one of those conditional things. This is team objective. Right now I'm playing on the defending side, where we are protecting the royal family from the Mason Order, who is trying to break into these pits to kill me. Now the game is very, very realistic, meaning you can remove limbs, and, you know, shooting certain parts of the body does more. You can also get, and this pisses me off, your arrow to hit directly into someone's shield. If they're wearing a shield and you hit them, and you hit the shield instead, it will not affect them. In some games it wouldn't be this way, but in this one it is, and I can't get up there. You can die pretty quickly as well. You know, a good hit or two and you're probably dead. If you're playing as one of the squishier classes, which is the men-at-arms or the archer. There are some bulkier classes which can take a decent amount of beating, but I'm not going to be showing those off quite yet. And that guy scared the hell out of me. I could hear him coming up on my side. And here we go. Oh, we have some combat over here. Or not. I was going to want to show off a little bit of the sword play. Shit. And I just got crushed to death by a giant boulder because I couldn't move. They have catapults, I guess, to siege the town gates. Alright. This is gonna hurt. As you can see, that took a chunk out of my health that is in the bottom left-hand corner there. Which direction am I supposed to be going? I made a mistake here. I'm not very familiar with the map. I have not been playing this game for all that long, so I'm still very much a noob. That was a good shot. The arrows do arch pretty realistically. That almost hit, I think. Let's try to crouch down here. Team fire is on, so you can kill your own teammates if you're not careful. And I have done it quite a few times, trying to break up a fight that was going on. I've made mistakes. That's another thing. You do the projectile camera when you fire off like a round from a bow. It gives you a better idea of a round where you're hitting. Like that guy, I clearly took him out there. That one was close, but not close enough. Alright, as you can see, I'm shooting a little bit off to the side. I made contact, I think, but I did not get the kill. Again, missed. I've only got one more shot here before this guy's on me. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to pull out my dagger. Let's go, buddy! Alright, Archer got my back. Oh, shit. This guy's going in for a kill here. Stabbing him, stabbing him. Oh, and that guy did not behead me, but that can happen. That was a good hit to the chest, and I guess it just, you know, archers are the softest class. They die fast. Got a good hit on me, and that was all it took. Sounds like there's some combat going on near our gate here. Yes, there is. Alright. That was a lucky shot. I'm not even going to try to relate that back to skill. Alright, I'm going for this guy here. Archers do more damage from behind. with their stabs. Alright. So in case you can't tell, it's probably not... I've never seen that happen before. So, as you can see, the combat system is very much oriented on those for melee to be melee and range to be ranged. They're not very generous with the range classes doing melee. And I'm probably going to die here. That's a good portion of their team coming up. Going to try to pull back another round here. Headshotted him before he could do anything. That was definitely one of my better hits. And I missed that one, even though that was a good shot. You do have to lead when you're using arrows, so it is important to actually have your shots, you know, aimed up and over properly. Here we're going to zoom in. Maybe. No! Ah. I'm trying to keep him out of range, but he has a huge range advantage on me. Come on, come on, come on, come on, pull back. That was a really terrible shot. Again, another bad one. We're going to go for one more shot here. And I got killed. So now I'm going to show off one of the melee classes. The Vanguard with a Claymore. This is my by far most used melee class. As you can see, it is first person. The whole game is first person as far as I know. Alright, so the melee is a little bit hot and heavy if you don't have a shield. If you have a shield, it's a little easier, but... Oh, man. That guy deserves the credit. He got me with a throwing axe at close range. That was mainly my fault. I should not have been as aggressive as I was being. But he quickly showed me the error of my ways. Alright. Here we go again. Going in for a big hit on this guy. Oh! That would be the end of the round. So... I am going to show off a bit more of the melee combat. As you can see, I went 4 and 4. My accuracy was poor, but, you know, it's hard to be very accurate with these arrows. If you look here, I mean, there's different ranks all in the game. There's no official matchmaking system. You pick your own server. And, you know, whoever's in there is in there. You can have the best players joining and the worst at the same time. It's definitely a fun game. I will give it that. A few minor complaints is that sometimes, you know, you get random, like, weird little things that happen that just shouldn't be there, but... Like, one of my major complaints is that the game starts off in windowed, which usually games start off in full screen, but that's a minor complaint. That's my only big one that I can really mention. The classes are pretty well balanced. Every class has a fair enough chance to kill every other class. As you can see, we're waiting for the game to get started there. We have what seems to be an almost all melee class, or all melee team. Not sure that's a good thing. Alright. So this is just team deathmatch. Those who kill win, those who don't kill lose. And team killing's on. If I wanted to, I could try to behead my own guys right now. It wouldn't be that hard considering I'm using a Claymore, but you can also get voted to be kicked out. And I'd rather, you know, not be kicked from the match, so. Seems like there was an archer heading back here trying to get into a good position. Indeed there was. Okay, well that was short-lived for him. Oh! I blocked one of the hits there, if you couldn't see, and I almost probably killed that guy with that broad swing that I landed. The game does use a lot of different commands. I have a 4-button mouse, and I still had trouble keying everything that I wanted to my mouse. That was all bad. He got below me and I couldn't hit him. Got beheaded there. As you can see, it showed the perspective of my head rolling, which is something I really do enjoy that they added. Although if you have motion sickness, that could be a bad thing. I don't know if you can turn that off, but it would definitely not be good for somebody who has severe motion sickness. And they got archers trying to get me now. I'm just going to fall back to over here. Ooh, arrow. Alright, so as you can see there, I got the kill on that guy. Alright, here we go again. Charging into battle at low health like a boss. And I just hit my own guy. Alright, gonna pull up team chat real quick. Sorry. That was terrible. I was trying to... He got right in the way as I was swinging, and this broad... the broadside of my sword hit him. Throw. That was pretty damn close, honestly. I thought I might have had him there. Alright. Oh, and there we go. There was two guys on me. Not a good chance there. The fights are pretty brutal and fast-paced, as you can see. It really does, they're short-lived, but they're fast-paced. One good hit may very well kill you, especially to the head. 2 hits, you're usually going to die. 3, unless it was a dagger, you are dead. I don't think I've ever survived more than 3 hits from a melee class. Here we go, charging into battle. Alright, come on. And I took a downward swing at my own man there and almost killed him, I'm sure. And again, oh my god. I'm probably gonna get kicked. I'm probably gonna get kicked, because that was... Yeah. He has a point. I really should stop swinging left mouse button when I'm so close. That is a broad swing, if you see there. That really is huge range, and, Alright, let's pull out a close range weapon here. As you can see, you can swing pretty quickly with some of the smaller weapons. Alright, that was a lot better. If I would have had out my broadsword there, I probably would have just hurt our own guy. Again, I'm making a lot of mistakes. I don't really use the melee class as much. I'm a much better archer. My sword was about to land there, but he got me right before, so my arm just kind of went limp, I guess, mid-swing, and didn't end well for me. Alright, so I'm going to switch to a man-at-arms and show off them a little bit. I haven't used this class very much, as you can see. So we're going to have broad dagger. We'll go with the broad sword, broad dagger, and a shield. I want to show off kind of how the shields work. So now next time I spawn, I will be spawning as a man-at-arms. They're kind of pulling a bitch technique here using all archers. That makes it very hard for any melee class to get in there. Yeah, I got hit from behind. Magical bong. Team damage is 55%. I don't like kicking people, but that's high. That's real high. I think that means that 55% of the damage he has done all game has been to teammates. Alright. Now there is a downside to using the shield. As you can see, they're huge. I mean, they take up a large portion of the screen. This is not going to end well for me. There's no way it can. There it is. The archery shot through his own team. I don't understand why they have so many archers. It's really not that great of a technique, but it seems to be working out alright for him. Gonna keep my shield up here. Again. Damn. Like I said, I'm not very good at this game, but that's not the game's fault. That is just inexperience on my own self. As you can see here, these guys, these are like the big tanks of the game. As a knight, your job is to be as slow as hell and just pretty much absorb damage and be annoying. I don't usually really see knights getting a lot of kills, but I see them being the huge melee unit that's just in their face. If you have out your secondary, you can also have out the tower shield, which is this big hulking beast. When that thing is out, you really can't beat it. Again, I tried to repost. As you can see, I'm not very good. I mean, what is this? Where's my score here? Yeah, I'm 1-9. I did quite a bit of team-based damage as well. Certainly, this is not a display of skill. This is just a lookout of a great game. If you have an interest in medieval weaponry, I definitely recommend this. It's fairly realistic. The combat is difficult to get good at. And you have assets who sit in the back of fights like that guy, who don't even try to use actual skill with the archery and just, you know, point blank with it. Though, I can't really bag on them too hard because it's effective. It does work well. Alright, let's go for this Roger guy here. Almost stabbed my own team there because I'm not very good with huge weapons like this, but alright. Try to keep the archery guys off of me a little bit here. Let me keep those archers away. Pulling out a smaller weapon for close range here. Again, I don't know what's hitting me here. I thought that might have been my own guy, but I wasn't sure. Mason Order is losing? No, that's our team. That is losing. But, so far my major complaints are pretty much none. I mean, perhaps the game sometimes feels a little bit clunky, and there are random moments where the latency can kill you due to just how fast-paced the combat is. So, if you're playing, you better have decent internet. Right there, that was just terrible on my part. You better be playing this with decent internet if you're going to be playing it at all. It does require a decent internet connection due to the fact that any amount of lag is a pretty big amount of lag with how the fighting system works. As far as graphics go, the game is a lot better than this graphics-wise. I had to turn a lot of things down to record this with no lag. But it is a graphically, no, I wouldn't say intensive, but it is a pretty good game when you look at the graphics. Ah, damn, I bounced off 2 shots there at once, and I thought I might have actually got a chance to do a broad swing there and get 2 people, but no such luck. I'm gonna go back to my claymore, and we'll go with a throwing axe, sword combo. So, my overall impressions of the game are that it is very good. It has a lot of content behind it, and a lot of unlockable content, so it does give you incentive to play, and to play well. It does really give you an incentive to play well. I think this is our last guy. Yeah. So, on a rating of 1 to 10, it's kind of a niche game, considering the fact that, you know, not everyone's going to want a medieval warfare game. But if this is your kind of thing, I would give it a pretty good, I'd say 7.5. It's a pretty solid game in all respects that it goes for. It's just not got the broadest market. If you're into this kind of thing, and if you're into swordplay, I definitely recommend this game. if you think it looks interesting, I would say watch some other videos on it. Maybe some players who are better at it than I am. But yeah, there's my opinions and impressions. If you liked the video, would you please rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.